Hello, welcome to Lanmou Tarot. This is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the first 2 weeks of June 2019. Alright, here we go. Spirit, what message, guidance do you have for our Capricorn friends? And here we have the Four of Disc power that jumped out for you, Capricorns. What message, guidance? Some of you are seeking financial stability. During this time. Message, guidance do you have for our Capricorn friends? Message, guidance. Alright. Here we go, Cappies. We have the Ten of Wands, oppression. The Three of Wands, virtue. And the Four Swords, truce. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Disc, success. Okay. That's very interesting here for you, Cappies. But we start with the Ten of Wands. So perhaps Cappies, because the first card that jumped out was a four, right? There's a four of the Four of Discs that came out for you here, and I was talking about finding some of you are seeking financial stability, and it seems like some of you may be feeling like you're getting crushed under that amount of responsibility you have financially, right? Some of you may be feeling like a sense of oppression. Excuse me, like you're feeling oppressed by the amount of responsibility that you have. You have so much on your shoulders, like it's almost you don't even know anymore. You feel oppressed, right? So in seeking that stability, or in trying to holding to that stability, you really are carrying a burden that almost has become too much for you. It's become too much. And I feel like during this time, Spirit is asking you to take a step back, okay? Because the Three of Wands is the card of virtue. And I like this Three of Wands here because there's such a sense of calm in that card. It's also the Sun in Aries card, this Three of Wands. Just like that, this Four of Discs is the Sun in Capricorn card. So I feel like you need to start thinking a little bit more about yourself, okay, Cappies? Like in laying down that burden, especially if some of you just have Capricorn in your chart, you're not a Capricorn sun, and if you're a Capricorn sun watching this reading, it still applies. It's almost as if Spirit is asking you to lay down the burden, to be you, okay, to stand in the sun. And because the Sun in Aries usually are like the I am people, right? It's the me, I and myself kind of people. And it's not because we are selfish, we are not at all. But we think like our head, the head represent Aries. We think of the self, of the I, the individual, right? That's Aries. It's like Spirit is really asking you to not feel like you have to carry the burden for everybody, to not feel like you have to be that person that have to do everything, okay? To stand, to face your North Star, to lay down the burden, and to take a little bit from the Aries, to be a little bit of the I am, okay? To be a little bit more selfish. And I'm not saying Aries are selfish, because I know I myself I'm not, and I have air, and I am an Aries sun, okay, and I have my moon is in Capricorn. So so for those of you that have both of those, the Capricorn and Aries are very significant in your chart, this reading would be even more significant for you. But the message here is to be a little bit more like an Aries, to tap into that energy here. And for those of you where you are dealing with some kind of financial issues that have become way too much for you, the word virtue here is grabbing my attention. It's as if to to go back to basics, okay, Cappies, to go back to basics in understanding what's important to me. What are my virtues? What are my ideals? What do I stand for? What do I want to stand for? Okay? It cannot just be all about the money. It cannot be all about, you know, achieving goals, right? In achieving those goals, in carrying out those responsibilities, there must be some boundaries set. There must be some perimeters within which you can work. So that's what you want to pay attention to. The virtues, your virtues aspect of this equation, okay? What's important to you? What are your ideals? What is in alignment with you, with your higher self, okay? And the next card we have here is the Four of Swords, truth, right? We have the truth here, and it almost looked like that Two of Swords, right? It's good that crossing there of all the swords, creating this shape of almost kind of like at the heart of the matter, Cappies. It's almost like Spirit is really asking you to take a break. It's like this is all the busyness happening on the outside. It's like you're caught into that web, that web happening on the outside. But this is you at the crux of the matter, right? At the heart of the issue. This is where you stand. Okay, watch it all happening, leave it all on the outside. It's time for you to take a break. The Four of Swords is a card asking you to rest, to find your mental stability, okay, to give it all a break. Lay down that burden. Find out what is your virtue. Is this really what you're doing right now? Is it really in alignment with you and your ideals? Okay. And the bottom card that's facing you is success. Whether is it this whole thing happening, you chasing success, or once you come to an understanding of what's important to you, and you lay down this burden, right? That you lay down this feeling of being oppressed, and your way to get there is to go back to basics and understanding, you know, your values, okay, and to put to live a virtuous life. And that's when you're gonna find your mental stability. That's when you're going to find your peace of mind, and that's where your success lays. And also the Six of Discs is the card of sharing, right? It's a card of sharing, especially in the matters of material, sharing like wealth, money. It's a give and take, right? Keeping things balanced. So for you, Cappies, it's very important that you don't give so much of yourself, that you keep it balanced. You cannot be the one who's always giving. You have to maintain a sense of fairness in the situation, and be fair to yourself, not just to those around you. That is the message here, okay? And oh my goodness, here we go. The Hermit came out for you, Capricorn. The Hermit here is the Virgo card, number 9. It came out for you. That is again you needing to go deep within. This is Spirit again asking you to go deep within, to really seek the answers, to really like what is it, what lights up your world. And here is being lighted up by that lantern. That lantern is what's going to bring that clarity, that's going to light up exactly what it is that you need to know, what it is, the path you need to follow. You need to go in that inner journey here, okay, to truly understand, to go back to basic. What are your values? What is your virtue? What exactly you want to what are you doing all this for? What do you get out of it? And what do they get out of it? And is it fair? Is it all in alignment to you, to what you want to do, to the legacy you want to leave behind, to your life purpose? So Spirit is really asking you with the Four of Swords here and the Hermit to take a break, to meditate, to almost like become a little bit of a recluse, okay? To get yourself some kind of a solitary time, to really go deep within, to really ask yourself some very deep questions, so you can really understand yourself and what's important to you, so you can find your way in laying down that burden, in coming out of that oppressive mode you're feeling, okay? And I want to get one more on the Virtue card for you, Cappies. And I don't even feel, I feel like that's a repeated message, and that's why I may be repeating myself here. But for some of you, you may need to hear it like in different ways. And this is the 9 of disc that jumped out for you under the 3 of Wands here. So your action, it's also the 9 of this is a card of abundance, but it's also a card of, she's in any deck, you'll find her standing you'll find this figure. Sometimes you cannot tell if it's a male or a female figure, but that whoever is in that card usually is by themselves, enjoying their beautiful garden, by themselves enjoying the fruit of their labor, right? This is 2 Virgo card here. This is Venus in Virgo. Venus is the planet of abundance, right? Enjoying the perfection of their abundance, and enjoying the fruit of their labor. So the virtue here is for you to understand what you have created, what you've worked so hard for. You deserve to also enjoy it. You deserve to also enjoy the abundance that God has given you. That has been the path that has been created for you to have all that abundance. Yes, it's good to give. Yes, it's good to be responsible, but also you cannot hold on to everything. Just like it's not good to hoard money, to not share, the wealth. It's also not good to give too much, not to any kind of imbalance is just not healthy. So finding your balance here with that 6 of disc, in that balance and give and take, that's where your success lays, okay? But and also going inside, just take a moment to just be by yourself, to take stock of what you have, what you've accomplished, to enjoy your rewards, and most importantly to rest and to really reevaluate what's important to you. Why are you doing all this for? Okay, let's take an oracle card. This is from the Angel and Ancestors Oracle deck. Spirit, what additional message do you have for our Capricorn friend? Okay, here we go. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. And at the bottom we have Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. Yes, there is healing needing to happen here. With the Virgo card here, with the Hermit and the 4 of Swords, there is definitely healing that needs to happen. Even if the healing is just taking a rest, like just to let go of all the stress, of all this burden and all these responsibilities, to set those aside for a moment. Healing needs to happen here, okay? That's what Spirit is calling you to do. But the card that actually came out for you is Elder. Move beyond ancestral patterns. And I feel like for you, Cappy, some of you, you may feel like this responsibility is an inherited inherited part of your life. It's kind of like you're the elder of the family that was passed on to you. You're supposed to take care of everybody else. Perhaps you're the one who put that onto yourself, that to play that role. So, and here you are taking on everybody's problems and putting yourself out of balance because of that. And we don't want that. I'm going to read a little bit from the book for you, okay? Move beyond the limitations that have been set for you by family members, past and present. Know that the energy of your spirit is more powerful than genetics and behavioral patterns. And the keyword for me here is behavioral patterns. So don't set limitations on yourself. Don't feel like, oh, I need to live right here because all my family lives here. I need to do exactly this because that's what my mother did. That's what my grandparents did. You have to understand. You have to live for yourself a little. You have to enjoy life a little. Yes, give, but also understand you must receive and enjoy all these blessings that you are receiving, and to maintain a healthy balance, okay? Whether it's in your relationships or in your behavior and also your undertakings. That's what I'm getting here for you, Cappies. And it seems like this message is really more towards your general life here. But this is the Whispers of Love, and we already have a jumper. Let's see what message come out for you. At the bottom of the card, we had number 16. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere, all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. There is love everywhere, all the time. And number 40 is the card that actually came out for you. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. When we dream, everything is possible. So you are limitless. That's what we get from the elder. Move beyond ancestral patterns, and that's asking you, while you're in the present, dream of the future. Okay, when we dream, everything is possible. You are indeed limitless. Everything is possible for you, Capis. Don't feel oppressed by any situation, by any responsibilities, by any groups, by anything. Just know you are limitless. You can do anything. There's no need for you to be feeling oppressed. Take that time out that you need to really regroup, to recalibrate, and to go within to get the answers that you need, to get yourself together on a new path here. But do not stay in that oppressive mode. Okay, that's the message from Spirit today. I hope it resonates with you. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please, I invite you to check out the dailies. They are back, and come back at mid-month for the next set of reading for June. Enjoy the beginning of summer, and I'll see you soon. I'm sending you so much love. Bye.